else, and I'm not the new Nickelback.
It's the world's most streamed song by a female artist, but Dance Monkey's 3 billion plays ruined Tones and I's life.
I don't think I've been happy one day since all this stuff has happened.
Not to mention the song itself.
Dance for me, oh, oh, oh.
Is way more depressing than most people realize. You see, Tones and I first wrote Dance Monkey whilst performing her songs in the street, where on one particular night she dealt with a super difficult crowd.
The whole crowd was very drunk and rowdy.
Over a 30-minute period, Tones had all her money stolen, was told by an onlooker she had no talent, and had her keyboards knocked over as the rest of the crowd demanded she keep on playing.
I had like a real bad night where like people were just like again, like they weren't even chanting one more song. I'd done like 6 encores.
She'd therefore make the chorus dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, referring to hecklers egging her on.
I just took everything that people had said to me and put it in a song, like just sing one more time.
And by the time she finally wrote it, her confidence had been destroyed.
And I wrote it in the wardrobe because I still got nervous about people listening and hearing me stuff up when I'm writing music and go over and over again on the same thing. So I like really nestle myself in a small space.
However, by playing the song on the street, she attracted an audience of hundreds, all of whom couldn't stop listening despite the song being unreleased.
You couldn't hear the song anywhere. It was nowhere. You could only hear it live, and that's the only place you could hear it. And word started getting around about this song with no way to stream it. People would come down when I was busking just to hear it.
In one video titled Tones and I NYE in Byron Bay, the uploader stated, "Don't know the name of the song, but I got a big fan of her for the first go," with the video itself showing hundreds of people listening to Tones, one of whom you can hear yelling, "Coolest night of my life." A different TikTok showed a similar scene, having filmed Dance Monkey on the street before its release, captioned with the title, "I just recorded it because I thought the song was good." Dance Monkey made her street performances so popular, Tones' manager stated by the end of the first song at least 20 would stop by. By the end of the third there was at least 50, and by the end of the set 150 would be gathered. We were getting shut down by the police in a few weeks. The crowds were spilling onto the street and becoming dangerous, with her local fame causing other unrelated issues.
Other buskers started getting angry at me. Some started a Facebook group and were like, we're going to run Tones out of town. Like, for no reason. They just hated how big the crowds were getting.
As a result, Tones took her act to a hostel where it became even bigger.
Everyone just started coming to the hostel, and all of a sudden this hostel was at full capacity, 500 people. They couldn't let anyone in every single week just because people wanted to come, waited through the whole 2.5-hour talent show for this one song at the end, which was like the craziest thing. Everyone knew all the words.
Describing that period as her happiest days ever.
I always say that that was easily the best time in my life.
She'd achieved everything she ever wanted and still had no plans to release music publicly.
Always obviously just wanted to be a busker. I never anticipated even releasing music.
But
wow, she was literally just making music in the streets and never released anything. That's crazy.
Having gained 14,000 followers from busking, Tones spent $800 to record and release Dance Monkey. As one of her first official songs, she had no expectations.
I didn't even think I'd get played on radio in Australia.
Although the outcome turned out to be the opposite. The success Tones found locally was repeated on the radio.
Pretty much when I released it, we saw the same thing happen, but in a way bigger scale, that what had already been happening for 8 months on the street.
Topping charts in Australia just 30 days after Dance Monkey's release. 2 weeks after hitting #1, Tones released the music video, which gained 1.6 million views in just over a month, leading to her first festival invite, which slightly exceeded expectations. Tones was scheduled as the first act on a terrible
She's got
stage.
swag.
I opened the whole festival, and usually there's about 200 people at this stage.
Although, as can be seen by the official festival video, she managed to attract a slightly larger audience.
There was like 40,000 people. The video of me online at Splendor in the Grass with the red on is that. The set after me had like 500 people there.
The music video hit 10 million views only 1 month later, celebrated with an Instagram post reading, "Old Town Road has been #1 on iTunes for 14 weeks. Until now, motherfuckers." 1 month after this,
that's so crazy that this song came out at the same time Old Town Road song came out. We're getting old, chat. Old Town Road came out in 2019.
video was at 100 million views. Tones made another post reading, "I have the #1 most streamed song on Spotify worldwide at the moment, and an Aussie artist has never done that before."
And then it stayed on the top of Spotify for like a record-breaking amount of time. It bet all the Shazam records.
Before becoming the highest streamed song ever by a female artist on Spotify. Tones and I had achieved what her biggest idols couldn't.
Beyonce hasn't done that. Ariana Grande hasn't done that. Nicki Minaj and Taylor Swift, they've never done what that song has done.
And while Tones maintained that she loved the song, this is where the problem started.
And I love the song so much, people think I hate it. It just defines me, and I need that to stop. That one song that I wrote when I was on the street should not define the rest of my life.
As mentioned, the song became so popular it was all that she was known for. If she played the song first at festivals, people would simply leave.
Sometimes when I go overseas, I have to end on that song, because if I do Dance Monkey second last, everyone's going to the other stage and I'm sitting here playing Flyway to my friends.
But if she played the song at the end, people wouldn't stop demanding it.
There was one festival I went and played, and in between every song, they were like, "Dance Monkey, dance," which is like kind of like crippling as an artist.
Rolling Stone added to this by writing, "During her first festival appearance at New Zealand's Bay Dreams, a section of the crowd chanted Dance Monkey over and over, unwittingly feeding into the exact narrative."
Yeah, bro, that's the exact reason she made the song.
The song was about. During the same article, Tones and I stated, "This Dance Monkey thing is like a blessing and a curse. It's opened me up to so many more fans, and to have so many people discover my music, but I don't want to be known for that until I die. It was one song I wrote," she says wearily. "It's not even near my favorite song."
It's not even in my top 3, or maybe not even top 5.
And her view was likely tainted by the song's other problems. Tones explained her clothing style had come from a lack of confidence.
Chubby, hat wearing, oversized tee. I felt comfortable in those baggy clothes. I wasn't body confident.
Which turned into a point of criticism as she became a public figure.
People were so offended by how I looked. Like, just so offended. And I judged myself as harsh as I could so that I was really prepared. And then it wasn't a tactic anymore. I just started hating myself.
Welcome up. What's up, Jeff?
Comments about her appearance at the time were too vile to publish even in Rolling Stone. And when given a chance to respond, Tones stated, "I promise you everything that you say, I feel about myself now. I promise you that I feel like shit all the time. So leave me alone now because there's nothing more you can do." This mind frame stained everything that she did.
I could not connect or enjoy the moment because there was this big, "You're ugly, you're gross. Doesn't matter what you do, this is offensive."
Reducing her desire to be on social media.
I really don't want to be out there in the world like that.
Instead posting text images such as, "Last time I checked, you didn't need to be pretty to write a good song, and it will be a cold day in hell when I join the club of women that have only gotten somewhere because of what they look like. Thanks." Tones repelled the haters with a genius coping strategy.
Then I just like turn my phone off and hang out with my friends, and it's all fine.
But for the hate toward the song itself, there was easily 10 times more.
The worst thing about it is the vocals, the goddamn vocals.
Bro, when will people stop taking this dude seriously, bro? Like this dude is like, every time I hear like every time I see this dude, I know a bad take is incoming. He's just this dude who reviews music, and he just has like the worst takes. I think he does it to like for like traction though. Like I just think he's a troll. Like I don't think he's that stupid. I think he's one of those people who worships critiques. Like, I know he does have, like, on one side, he does, like, a loyal fan base, but no, Anthony Fantano has a huge side of the internet who does not like him. I would say, and I'm not gonna speak on it because it's nothing to do with me, but I would say that, he talks on, like, parts of culture that aren't his, and so that's what he gets a lot of his heat for, and stuff like that. It's just gotta be bait, yeah, like, he really does, like, rage bait a lot of stuff, which I think is fucked, bro. Like, can't be doing that shit.
Terrible. They are awful.
The criticism began with her voice.
I never ever once thought my voice was different or anything like that. Now the world is telling me that it's different.
While others accused her of using effects to achieve a specific sound.
Everyone seems to think your voice is super weird. A lot of people at the start thought that it was an edit.
Articles such as this one had to clarify her voice was natural, although even then the song was building an army of haters. Dance Monkey by Tones and I is a terrible song.
What up, Wick?
The song Dance Monkey is fucking atrocious. Dance Monkey is the worst song in history, and I will never
I think Dance Monkey's a banger.
forgive humanity for making it popular. Even Jenna Ortega slammed the song by adding, "If anyone ever played that in my house, they're instantly being kicked out."
Okay, I don't give a fuck. Honestly, I never thought Jenna Ortega was all that. I never even watched Wednesday. Like, I don't know what people were geeking over. I didn't even think she looked like an adult, bro. People were like, oh my god, Jenna Ortega is so attractive. I'm like, bro. I mean, like, and maybe sometimes, but like most times she looks way too young for me to consider attractive.
While Tone's live performance on Australian radio
Wait, what's her name? Ashley or Jenna? I can't remember.
Achieved a pretty depressing record.
I am the only Leica version in the history of Triple J Leica versions that have had to have the comments turned off.
Was it hated simply because it was overplayed?
People say, oh, I used to like the song, and then it got so overplayed. It's always on radio. I can't escape it.
Whatever the reason, it was making Tone's life hell.
I didn't like myself at all. I preempted hate. I would just see myself through the most hateful hater's eyes.
In the process, Tones had to deal with a stalker.
I got probably a message like every 3 minutes, sent presents.
Bro, stalkers are the fucking worst, dude. I've had 2 real stalkers, and it really does fuck up your whole life for a long time.
To people that know me, messaged my
I mean, no, any song gets annoying after hearing it a million times, for sure, Kenzie, I agree.
random friends that they've never met. This person lived overseas and left and went home,
No
and
way.
then said they're coming back for me and actually
Dance
came
with me,
back.
dance with
Although
me.
surprisingly, Nicki Minaj might have been a bigger problem. You see,
No
Dance Monkey
way.
had been topping the charts for almost half a year, at which point Nicki Minaj released a new song, telling her followers to do whatever you can to get it to #1. Well, rather than, listening to Nicki's song, her fans instead tore down Tones and I in a pretty lousy way.
They put like racist signs or swastikas
Nicki and everything.
everywhere over my stuff and then repost.
I can play internally. Real, like, I feel like Dance Monkey is just like, it's hard to explain, but it's just like iconic. Like, I feel like if I was falling out of an airplane plummeting to my death and things were like slowed down to like a slow motion, like that's one of the songs that would play as I'm like recalling memories. You know what I mean?
Posted it on Twitter.
Pushing
That's
Tones
like my life is flashing before my eyes.
toward her breaking
Yes.
point. She described her haters to be beating me
Or like I'm just like drunk as fuck speeding down the interstate at night and it's pouring rain and I just like don't have a coherent thought, but I'm somehow still steering and that song is playing.
over and over again until I'm sitting here crying in my own home. No one even understands how bad it really is. Winning 4 arias failed to fix anything,
No one could have ever prepared me for the whole world judging me and comparing you to other artists.
which was followed by a Facebook post reading, "People always say, Tones, how does it feel? It must feel great. What are you feeling? You must be over the moon." It does, and I don't want to take anything away, but I have been hiding a black hole for a while now. With success comes judgment and opinions. This I was prepared for. It's normal, which is sickening, but the relentless
And with her, bro, she was literally like a nobody, and then she dropped that song and she got all the fame at once. So I don't think she was prepared for it. Because like a lot of these artists and celebrities have built themselves up. They released some music, got some criticism, got some praise. Released music, got some criticism. Like they're used to it.
bullying that follows every proud moment
No, I
tears
agree,
my
Drake.
mind.
But like at the same time, bro, if you have a song that's gonna be the top 100 and listened billions of times, out of billions of people, there are gonna be some people who feel strongly about it, and some people are just dickheads on the internet, and just because they don't like a song, they'll tear you down. Like that's just unfortunate.
I did too. Tones was
It should
also
happen, though,
frustrated
for
by the
sure. But it's
media.
just-
And I
Shit
felt like
goes down.
dirty when people made shit up about me, and I felt gross. Like they could say anything, and they did.
To the extent that she was happy
It really is scary being on the internet, especially like people can just say anything they want about you nowadays, bro, and like they can just get away with it, and there's nothing anyone can say or do about it.
to see the song's
It's
popularity
getting scary,
fading.
bro.
Here comes the weekend with Blinding Lights. I'm like, good on ya, mate. Marietta's like, oh, it might go back to #1 next week. I'm like, oh no, I want to move on with my life.
It's therefore no surprise she'd state, "I don't want to just try to chase that song. I loathe that song a lot of the time. A lot of times I don't want to sing it. Instead turning lemons into lemonade with an album
Someone
called
requested
Madhouse, documenting the highs and lows of unexpected fame. The whole ordeal also inspired a weight loss journey,
Here's an exclusive. I've actually just lost 30 kilos.
leading to positive
Hell
articles
yeah.
for the first time in a long time. Tones therefore also added this,
And Alu, blessing my boy Bloom. No one goes, at or sub-free in this community at this point.
After experiencing maybe the biggest high and the biggest
Alu,
low.
bro, I fucking appreciate you. I love you, man. How are you today?
The highs do outweigh the lows, and now I'm in a place where I see a lot more love.
And now owns the fact that she simply made an awesome song.
I'm so thankful for that song, and I'm so proud of that song, and I'll never not be.